What is going on, CaneSport? Izubee Charles here for another installment of Inside the Lines. Today we have 2025 Miami commit Max Buchanan, who's been committed to the Canes since the summer and has had a phenomenal senior year up there in the Orlando area. So without further ado, let's bring on Max to the show.
What's up, everybody? Max Buchanan, four-star offensive lineman from Central Florida. How y'all doing? Go Canes.
Yes, sir. How we doing, Max, man? Appreciate you taking the time out your evening for this interview, man.
Yes, sir, of course. Love to talk to the people.
Sure. So, Max, you've been committed to Miami since the summer. For you, throughout the recruiting process, what do you think made Miami stand out above, all the other rest of the schools that were recruiting you?
I'm gonna be honest. It's the family atmosphere I felt from when I was at the school and just the coaching there. It's amazing. I was there and we were just talking about my game a little bit, and they're giving me little tips here and there that I applied to my game while I'm in high school, and it helped me out so much. So that was a big factor in it. Also, that it's in Miami, it's very close to home, so I can just take the Bright Line up and down to go see family, and they can come down to see me all the time. It's a great city. I love my teammates. I had some people that were from my area that were committed before I was, and it helped my decision even more because I knew them and I was on a friendly basis with them. And it's a family atmosphere down there. I love it. I love it a lot.
I want to kind of talk about that. You mentioned, guys in your area committed to Miami. Jaden Wilkerson, Demetrius Campbell, kind of Orlando area guys, Central Florida guys. Just how's your relationship with, those two guys that you'd be playing on the offensive line with as well?
It's really good. Actually, tomorrow we're going to go all and get lunch at this local spot named Beefy King down in Orlando. So I'm ready for that. Get to hang out a little bit, get even better bond. But I've always known them, especially Jaden Wilkerson. I've known him since Little League. And then Demetrius, I've ran into multiple times going to camps and going down recruiting visits that I became friends with him, and we've always talked.
So I was saying that kind of want to take it back to your commitment. When you announced it, a lot of Miami fans are super happy. They're showing you love on Twitter and all that good stuff. Just talk about what it's been like just being a Miami pledge, from the summer until with signing day wrapped up.
It's honestly, it's been amazing. I've got nothing but support from the Miami community, and I love it a lot. And there's a bunch of people that were at the other programs that hated on me for it, but honestly, Miami is the best spot for me, and I really do believe that. And I think it's the best spot for a lot of people that are wanting to get better at the O-line spot and are wanting to do good at their position. It's a great place. I mean, it's lovely. Miami, just the sun, the breeze, beach. It's awesome. You got to love it. There's no way you can hate that.
And then obviously, they have the nice beaches, but, this year they're having a great season as well. Just, what are your thoughts about the performance that they're putting on, week in and week out?
Honestly, I knew it was coming. I'm going to be honest. That's why I committed so early, because I didn't want to just be on the bandwagon. I knew it was going to be a great season. Honestly, I've got them going all the way. I'd be very surprised if they didn't.
And then those big boys up front are, making holes to the running backs, giving Cam Ward years to throw the ball back there. Just talk about what you've seen from those guys in the trenches and just, the work Coach Mirabal has done to kind of develop that line and get it to where they're at today.
They're amazing. I'm going to be honest. He's had a great recruiting classes coming up to this class. I think this is probably one of the best ones he's had so far. The guys that are there, they work hard. They know what they're talking about. They're experienced guys. Even if they're younger, they still act like vets. So it's very important in that, and they're very coachable, and they teach. I've worked with them before, and they teach a lot. They're willing to teach me things that I didn't know beforehand, which really helps my game because they're older guys, and I've got to take after that. And they've been doing great. I mean, Cam Ward, if you see him back there, he's not struggling at all.
So I was saying that I want to ask you about your relationship with Coach Mirabal. Obviously he's not the biggest guy, but he coaches, the biggest guys on the field. Outside of football, X and O's, what's been your favorite memory, kind of conversation with Coach Mirabal?
Honestly, yeah, he's not the biggest guy at all, but it's got to be my first time I met him. When I want to say my sophomore going into my junior year, I went down for the Canes cookout, and it shocked me, his size, but it was just the way we talked. My first time meeting him, I knew he cared for me, and he wanted to see me good no matter where it was, because at that time I wasn't committed anywhere. I hadn't dropped my top 8, my top 11 or top 6 or nothing like that. And you could just tell he wanted me to do good, and he wanted to coach me. He wanted me there from the start.
So I was saying, I kind of want to ask you about your senior year, man, up there in Seminole. You guys had a great year, ready to make a deep playoff run. Just where do you think your game is kind of taking the biggest steps this year?
Honestly, my physicality, it's gone crazy this year. I'll be honest. If you go back and watch my tape, I'm finishing guys. I'm being nasty on the field, and it's a true thing. I mean, I've been consistent with my blocks. I haven't let up anything. If they can, my team knows that they can run behind me. They can run behind anyone on my O-line, but they know if they run behind me, they're getting yards, no matter what it is.
So I was kind of talking about that. You said, you're getting nasty on the field. Just, where does that mindset? I feel like when I turn on your tape, I see the same thing. You kind of finishing runs, finishing plays, all that good stuff. Just where does that grit and that mindset come from?
Honestly, it comes from my coaching. It's also the fact that I've been playing with older kids since I was young. You know, my brother, he's 2 years older than me, and we got into football at the same time, and I played on his older team. So I've just always had to be a little bit nastier than those guys and just a little bit more physical. So I've just always grown up with that mentality. And also my dad, you know, he played football, and I've taken after his game. He played when you're allowed to be really nasty. So I just took after that a little bit, and I just changed it up.
That's what I'm saying. Right, that leads to my next question. Growing up, were you always an offensive lineman, or were you playing a different position during the youth football days?
So I always played O-line, but I also did D-line. But, you know, when we got up, they would always put me at running back. So I'm really happy about that. And, you know, if I could, in a different life, I'd be a running back for sure.
That's hilarious. Maybe one of these days in Miami, they get you a little package where they get a big man touchdown. So hopefully we see that when you get down to the U-Man. Just kind of wanted to talk about, you know, outside of football a little bit, you know, who's Max Buchanan when he's not pancaking guys and, you know, having a good time on the gridiron?
You know, I really like being around my friends and family. It's a very big thing for me to have great relationships with people. I like being outdoors. I've got the game. I mean, I'll probably turn my PS5 on, open up NCAA, and I'll be like, I don't want to play anymore, and just go do something else. Like I'll be outside. I'll go golf and go fishing. I just like being outside.
It's awesome.
It's a lot better for me.
I like to, you know, always ask guys on the show, any secret talents that you have or anything that you can do that, you know, may surprise people?
I can sing in the shower. That's cool. Nah, everyone can. I'm really good at golf. There's like no doubt about it. I'm really good at golf.
Okay. So we got to find you a nice course when we get out of Miami, man. I know there's plenty down here and plenty of Canes fans too that'll I feel like will be more than happy to help you out finding a good course, man. Just moving on to another thing. I'm a big foodie. I love food. So if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
It's either got to be hibachi or tacos.
Okay.
One of the two. Like, there's so many different things you can do with hibachi, and there's so many different things you can do with tacos. Like, you can do shrimp tacos, fish tacos, chicken, beef. Like, there's so much you can do. And it's the same way with hibachi. So I can't, like, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to eat one meal for the rest of my life, but if it was like one meal and I could switch up what's in it, 100%, I'd do one of those two.
Okay. Next question for you. 3 things that you can't live without right now.
Right now. Okay. That's a good one. My beats. I love my beats. I listen to a lot of music, to be honest. I listen to a lot of music. My beats, my car. I drive a lot. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I spend a lot of money on gas. And honestly, football. I couldn't live without football. I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
That's awesome. And that leads perfectly my next question. Music, man. Before a game, who's in your rotation? What are you listening to get locked in, you know, to go to war on the field?
So it really depends. Like, see, if it's one of those games where I've got like a little bit of beef with one of the players, I'll be listening to some rock. I'll be getting the heart pumping. Like, if I've got a conflict going on in that week, I'm definitely listening to something upbeat. But if it's not, it's just like a regular week, I just need to go out there and do my thing. I'm gonna be listening to a little bit more calm country. Just try to get the heartbeat down, try to slow my roll, just be ready to go.
That's awesome, man. I want to kind of talk about, you know, obviously signing day is approaching, you know, really, really soon, less than a month away. Just, you know, realizing your dreams about to come true. Obviously, you know, when you're a kid, you know, everybody dreams of playing college football, but with it being so close, just, you know, how are you feeling about that?
I'm so ready. I'm ready to get down there. I'm graduating early, so I'm so excited. Right when I put my name on that dotted line, I'm all for it.
That's awesome, man. And my last question, Max, just, you know, when you get down to Coral Gables, you know, what can, you know, Miami fans, coaches, and everybody expect from you, you know, when you suit up in that orange and green?
They got to expect for me to try to play my freshman year. That's the goal. I want to get there, and I want to contribute to the team. If I can help for a win, that's all that matters.
That's awesome. Max, before I let you go, man, shout yourself out on socials. I know a lot of the Miami fans already follow you, but for the ones that don't, where can they find you? Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
So I've got Max B 2025 and Max Buchanan 66 on my two Instagrams, and then on Twitter it's the same thing. It's Max B 2025 on Twitter as well. Same with TikTok.
Awesome, man. Well, Max, I really do appreciate you taking the time out your schedule for this. For Max Buchanan, I'm Izubee Charles. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.